Are you unsure about what to do after university? You've come to the right place because in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to figure out what you should do after university. Watch this video to the end to learn my best tips for figuring out what to best do after university. Hi, I'm Jo Randolph and I'm the CEO of joyrandolph.com, where I share with women how to become an expert and leader in the field they care about most. On this channel, I share with you how to get the job you want and build a career that you love, so your career is not only something you love, but supports the life you want. If you want to watch videos like this, come and join me and subscribe. I post new videos every single week. The fact that you're watching this video tells me that you are about to graduate or you are already a graduate and you are the point in your life where you need to figure out what you want to do next in your career. The challenge is that you don't quite know what you want to do next. Maybe you have lots of options and you've also heard lots of opinions from your parents to your friends and peers, and all of these opinions are making it even more difficult for you to know in the bottom of your heart what is right for you. Now, I will start by saying that I know what it feels like. I've been there. It wasn't that long ago that I was in university and I was figuring out what choice to make. Now, I did make a choice which I wish I didn't. So I'm going to share with you a few things that I've learned from making the wrong choice, but actually ending up in the right place in the end. So for a bit of context, I went to a business school in London and I really loved being in business school. But one of the things that I loved more than anything was working. Oh, payday, best day ever. It was really, really important for me to have a professional job. Now at the time I created a blog that had over 1 million views a month. And at the time, there wasn't really such a thing as an influencer. I would work with the PR teams of brands, but I wasn't getting paid for it the same way that influencers are getting paid today. And I remember having a conversation with my parents about what I was going to do, and I thought, well, you know, it's just a blog, it's not a proper job. And so I decided to get a proper job. Now I did end up working in marketing and I worked as a consultant for brands like L'Oreal, Unilever and Nike. But even though I was a consultant and I was working on really exciting projects, I later on realized that what I love more than anything is creating videos, creating content, blogging. And so in the end, I ended up kind of back to doing what I was doing when I was a student, which is creating videos and sharing information online. So what are the few things I learned about really getting clear on what it is that you want sooner rather than later, so you don't necessarily have to go like the long way around and you can just get straight there. Before we discuss tips is to first discuss something that could kind of catch you out. And this is having unrealistic expectations of what your life will look like after university. When I was graduating from university, I imagined that by getting a job, it would be glamorous, I would be making good money, I would be really enjoying life, I'd be living it to the fullest. When in reality, I actually felt a bit more like Ugly Betty. Our expectations of what life is like after we graduate might not actually meet the reality. So it's really, really important that whatever choice you make, you're making it from your heart and you're making it because you feel you would be really, really happy doing it, rather than what you perceive you will get from doing that job. I've spent so much time working with professionals who have done what they thought they were supposed to do, who have followed career paths that they believed they were supposed to follow, only to 5 years, 10 years down the line realize that that wasn't the right job for them and that they actually needed to do something that they loved and they wish they had done that much sooner. Well, here are my tips. So the first tip is to do what's fun and not just achievable. I've spoken to quite a lot of students who have decided to do something simply and purely because they thought there are lots of job opportunities in this area, people are hiring, and I am qualified to do the job. Now, this isn't really going to be a great path if you don't enjoy doing the job. So for example, I had one client, I said, what do you hate studying at school? And she said, oh, I hate accounting, I hate finance, I just don't like the numbers, I'm a much more creative soul. So then I said, so then what career path are you thinking about doing after university? She said, oh, I'm thinking about working as an accountant or working in finance. And I was like, if you know right now that you don't enjoy doing finance, why have a career in finance? She said, well, because there are lots of career opportunities. Yes, even though there are lots of career opportunities, you don't want to build a career doing something you know that you don't enjoy. So use this as a time and as an opportunity to really try and figure out how to build a career doing what you do enjoy and what you do find fun. Now, the most successful people that we love and respect do this anyway. So if you think about athletes, or you think about some scientists, some people that work in tech, some people that work in music, some people that work in journalism, they genuinely love what they do, and they started not because they were thinking about making money, but because they were thinking about what they enjoy most. The second tip is to do what scares you. Sometimes you might know that there is something that you are interested in, and there might actually be something that you are really curious about and that you'd like to do, but you are scared that either you won't make any money doing it, either you'll fail doing it, or either you aren't good enough to do it. And what I encourage you to do is to do it anyway. And the reason being is that if there was any time to do it, now is the best time to do it. Often it gets so much harder to change careers and pursue what we love when we are much older. So for example, right now I'm a mom and I am married, and though I do have options and though I do have choices, if I was to make any career changes that would affect us financially, that would affect us emotionally, I have to realize that that is going to have a greater impact. But when you are a student or a graduate, you sometimes don't have the same level of responsibilities as someone who is older, married, has a mortgage, and feels as though they have to stay on the treadmill. So before you get on the treadmill, I would say if there's anything that you want to do, now is the time to do it. And then the third tip is to do what pays you happy money. So happy money is what I call when you do a job that you love doing, you find so much enjoyment from the job itself. Work can actually be a huge source of stress. The reality is that you will spend so much time working. If you do a 9-to-5 job and you're working 35, 40 hours a week, that's 40 hours a week that you're doing something that you don't enjoy. If you think about how much time you spend with your family or with your friends, you might only spend 6 to 9 p.m., so 3 or 4 hours a day. So you could quite easily spend 9 hours a day working and spending 3 or 4 hours a day doing what you love. And so the majority of your time is spent working. And so it's really important to do what gives you happy money. So happy money is where you're getting paid to do something that you enjoy. It might not be as much as financial money, where you get paid to do more doing things that you don't enjoy, but you will actually be happier every day in the day-to-day. Now, it's not to say that you should work for free or that you should do work that's less paid. I don't necessarily believe in that, but I do believe that typically when you do something you're good at and you do something that you're passionate in, often the money will come in the end anyway. Often you can actually make even more money from doing something that you enjoy. The fourth tip is to then think about the skills you're most interested in developing. So if you aren't really sure what career path you want to take, one of the easiest things to think about is, well, what do you want to learn? How do you want to develop? There might be some skills that you would love to develop. For example, I wish I had done something in media because I actually really love creating YouTube videos, and I kind of wish that I'd actually done something more along the lines of film, journalism, that sort of thing, but I didn't do it. I went to business school. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that I went to business school because I do run a business, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that there are other skills that I would absolutely love to learn. So are there any other skills that you would absolutely love to learn? And you can use that as your guide for figuring out what to do next in your career. Anyways, that's it. Those are my best tips for figuring out what to do next in your career. I do actually have a course on how to figure out what to do next in your career. It's much more structured than simply giving you some of my best tips. So if you want to check that out, simply click on the link in the description box below. By the end of this course, you could actually figure out not only what job you'd be most passionate doing, but also what will help you make the most income. So if you want to check that out, definitely click on the link in the description box below. Anyways, thanks so much for watching this video. I so love creating this video for you. I would love to know, what are you studying and what are you thinking about doing next in your career? Leave a comment in the box below. If you found this video useful in any way, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I love creating videos for you, and I shall speak to you again next week. All right, see you later. Bye.